Hey guys, I am Torchwood and today we are watching we have low SSD space apparently. Screw you, MSI. Hey guys, today we are watching My Hero Academia. This is Season 2, Episode 24. You can now watch the full reaction on Patreon, so make sure to check that out. The way I do full reactions may be changing, but for now it is the full reaction. So I have to think about a few things regarding copyright, but for now this is a full reaction, so you can go check that out on Patreon. I'm very excited for this, to be honest. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to have a blast. I think things may go wrong. What with the two people this episode, I imagine, is centered around. I'm just going to load up last week. But, yeah, I don't see them working together very well, I'll be honest with you. It's one of those things where I just don't see it, happening, them sort of coming together, because I don't know if Katsuki has the temperament to work with anyone, let alone his arch rival, so I do not know how this is gonna go. I don't imagine, well, I might be wrong. Hey, they might come up with they might have it be a brilliant together, and they might just kick all the ass and just be epic. But that noise signals that I don't believe that what I've just said is true. It was very squeaky. So yes, interesting enough, I think, but I am a little worried about whether they can, work together as friends, or just work together. I'm sure Izuku can, but Izuku is never the problem. It's not like I think, oh, Izuku's gonna be a right nightmare. No, it's Katsuki. We'll see where it goes. Anyway. Laura Evans says, I ship Todo Momo. I know Todo Deku is very cute, but Todo and Momo just got me with their vibes as Eppen in general. So encouraging and kind. Yeah, I can see that. Todo Deku is very cute, but I don't see it happening. I don't see any of the gay ships happening, unfortunately, which hurts my heart, but I understand the political climate in Japan is not the same as the political climate here. No one wishes anywhere was the same as the political climate here with Brexit at the moment, but you know what I mean, socially wise. So yeah. Pyro Phoenix. Fun fact. Fun fact. Mom, my voice keeps breaking, I do apologize. Momo produces the the Russian dolls as her go-to creation. It's the first thing she created with her quirk as a child. Ah, that's cute. What I really like about this art, actually, what he says is, it puts a spotlight on some of the students who really didn't have it until now, and shows us what potential they may have in the future. Agreed, yeah, agreed. Especially with people like Momo and Sue and Ashido and Kaminari. I really like that. Yeah. Taylor C. About Momo, I've always been super interested in just how ecstatic her reaction is when Olga asks her to tutor them in 221. It leads me to believe that she's never had many friends, or maybe never had any real friends at all. And it seems likely that this kind of social isolation was just as detrimental to her self-confidence as something like the fight with Tokoyami. That's why I see her growth as more of a two-episode thing, even though this is obviously the episode that was mainly focused on her. We get to see her decision-making and confidence in battle improve here, and we get to see her social skills and confidence around other people in the episode prior. I basically just love this girl a lot. As someone who deals with a lot of social issues, internally, which doesn't translate very well to a camera, because I'm just talking to a camera and I can do that. I don't think about all the thousands of... Oh, now I'm thinking about, oh man, that's terrifying. The thousands of people who watch my YouTube channel. Either way, yeah, for me, it's very much like, I don't know. I can get her because I know what it's like to not have any friends, or to not have many friends, or to struggle to keep those friends. And so yeah, I understand what you're saying there, I like it. Liberty is Rising 88 says, Attack on Titan, this is nuclear level amazing story, can't wait for those. Tada says, but I'll probably do the dub for it. Hey, don't talk about me in the third person like I'm not there. Better than nothing. While I prefer sub and not a big fan of the dub, but I'm not hyperbolic in my dislike for the dub like many others. I actually was going to do the sub, but now I'm going to do the dub just to piss you all off. No, we'll see. Ashwin Swami says, oh, she's just a timestamp. Oh, AFIK means as far as I know. Ah. You kids and your lingo. Yeah, everyone's saying the sub for, yeah, everyone's saying the sub for Attack on Titan, so I'm hoping to get that out soon. I just don't know when. So we'll see when that it's just when it sort of falls into place, really. Bailey says, I was never really a fan of Momo this episode. You see, I was always a fan of Momo. I just thought she didn't have enough screen time, you know? I think it's pretty obvious a big part of her character is fan service, but previous to this episode I never really took her seriously. She just seemed like the perfect pretty rich girl with amazing quirk who is also super smart, just tried to her level 100 unbeatable stats. But after this episode I really connected to her a lot more with the character. I mean, who in her shoes would be able to deal with the idea of trying to be the perfect hero, let alone at the age of 15, 16? It's not just Deku, Bakugo and Todoroki that are aiming for the top here, she probably is too. I can only imagine the amount of pressure she must feel, and to then go and compare yourself on the other student who got in on recommendation, the guy who came in second at the sports festival, who probably could have won if it wasn't for his parents, if it wasn't for the parents of the year in tragic anime backstory, who has been genetically bred to be the future #1 hero in the future. Like, oh my god, Momo, my sweet angel, it will be okay, I'm here and I love you. I know a lot of people in the fandom still see her as a fan service girl, but low-key, she's kind of my fave girl character. Her story about basically being an anxious mess because she feels like she has so much to live up to is such a basic little backstory to give someone, but I feel like it really fits her perfectly, because you'd think she'd be so confident in herself based on how she dresses and carries herself, but for her to freak out under pressure made me really respect her more as a character, and I view her as an actual person, not as some object for fan service. When you say fan service, I assume it's the fact that she dresses, you know, how she has to dress, because obviously of her powers and stuff. So I'm assuming that. Just for someone so Minetta can say boobies. Yeah, no, it's interesting that people, you see, I've never seen her as fan service. I definitely think there's an element that could definitely be taken with that, but I've never seen her, the actual character, as fan service. That to me reflects, in my opinion, that to me reflects the eye of the beholder, rather than, you know, if someone thinks it's fan service, then they're getting something out of that they either think A, boobies like Minetta, or B, they're like, oh, fan service. But either way, that's where their mind goes to first, rather than looking at the character and being like, okay, so this character, yeah, she might be dressed like that for a reason, that is fan service, but there's probably more to her than that, and we should give her a chance. If no chance comes, then yeah, but Omar Goodman says, unfortunately most people can't quite wrap their heads around the idea that a fan service character and a character with depth are mutually exclusive. It's perfectly acceptable to have a deep fleshed out character with their own strengths and weaknesses who can be a well made character and have them be fan service. Yeah, and Wise Willow has a point. The idea of fan service is so ridiculed. I think you mean ridiculed. It's going to be the point that it's all about slut shaming. If an anime girl has big boobs and is a little bit smart and sexy, people automatically assume she's a fan service, even if she isn't. Momo's never been a fan service, not even Midnight, and everyone says she is fan service. She isn't. To me, a fan service is like that one stupid ass show with the monster girls who want to have sex with the main character, like some have type of hentai and they all have big boobs. Okay, well, I feel like I missed that show. Though you can say that for High School of the Dead as well, but there's actually a difference. One character has a good plot. Okay, so we're just getting into a big fight about fan service. I love it. But yeah, that's interesting to me that people think like that, because I think it reflects more on them than actually the characters. So, that's not on you, Bailey. I'm just saying, like, it shows people's minds and how they work and how they prejudge characters without... And I suppose it's in the real world how you prejudge people without, you know, knowing anything about them. I do it all the fucking time. But I'm not perfect, and no one is, so, yeah. And that's how it is. That's how life is. But I will shut up now. This is My Hero Academia. This is Season 2, Episode 24. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's go.
Those are my moves.
While
I spent my time getting groomed at that useless internship,
Yeah.
Damn it! I don't know what's up with your power. But I saw the way you're using it, and you should know. It's seriously pissing me off.
Oh, this'll be fun then.
On this main road, we should take another route. I'm not gonna run away from this fight. It'll look better if we blast that smile off his face. No, we should avoid fighting him no matter what it takes. I'm gonna toy with him until time is almost up and then knock him unconscious for real.
Okay. That's a superiority complex. Because he has a superiority complex, kid. No, you don't.
Think about this. You know what All Might can do. Even with those handicap weights, it's impossible for you to win in a fight against him.
Fucking idiot.
I don't want to hear another word. I did it all by myself! Will you stop yelling? This is why we never have real conversations!
And it's over. Is it over? Jesus.
Your rapid fire blasts were weak, hardly more than a sting. Where are you going? Don't think I've forgotten about you already, young Midoriya. Are you really going to leave your teammate here and run away?
Why does he remind me of the hero killer right now?
Do you think that's going to work?
Move it! Kanchan!
They have no teamwork.
Fighting him 4-1.
He still wants
He's
to
the
fight.
best. You see that? I bet he'll dodge and then punch. They'll think they've won and
He's
then
not stupid, Kajan. He's
He
really...
totally stomped him. That's why he's the greatest. No matter how much trouble he's in, he's always the winner.
You may be a jerk, but I get it. You always have one goal that you fight for in everything you do. You make sure that you're the winner.
Just remember, that's what you said, hero.
Damn it! Don't you dare say that you'd rather lose! Let's win this, Kanchan!
Damn.
I didn't expect young Midoriya to swoop in like that.
The most amazing hero always wins. In the end, they come out on top, no matter what.
The most amazing hero always wins. You've been saying those words since we were little kids. How can you give up now? Kanchan. I won't say it again, so listen, you useless nerd. All Might's speed is insane. No matter where you try to run and hide, there's no way you'll avoid fighting him. Yeah, but we don't stand a chance in combat. I mean, like you! Someone who shouldn't even be here!
Ooh.
Deku!
Oh, shit!
We give him everything we've got at point-blank range. Our only option is to inflict damage and then put some distance between us.
So that's their game.
Shoot now! This is our chance! I'm
They're
sorry,
working
All Might.
together.
My shoulder!
It's alright.
Jeez, he really uses this thing? Run, you idiot! Oh, right! Don't you dare say that you'd rather lose! Let's win this, Kanchan!
The foreshadowing of this, I feel like we might be in this situation again one day.
Shut up!
Damn, Kajan.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait, All Might is still flying through the air. I might be able to reach it.
Maybe.
New Hampshire!
Ooh.
Damn it.
Come now, you're being too naive, heroes.
Oh, shit.
Those gauntlets were only so I could use maximum firepower with no risk. But now I see that was stupid. If If I don't take any risks, there's no way I can beat you! Right, All Might? Kachan?
Don't tell me! Whenever you're scared or nervous about a fight, just try and deal with it by smiling.
Ice!
Get out of the way! Move, All Might!
Oh!
I won't...
Oh, shit.
He's unconscious. I'm sorry, Kachan.
And at times like that, there isn't an obstacle hard enough to stop you.
Yeah! That was awesome! I'm so happy.
Midoriya. That's the kind of hero you've always been.
Team Midoriya and Bakugo have passed the exam. All matches for the practical portion of Class 1A's final have now been completed.
Hey! That was awesome. That was so awesome, people.
So it's really you, huh? I've seen you in pictures. But I gotta say, you're way grosser in person.
Wow, it's the weird hand guy. You're friends with my hero Stain, right? Cool. Let me join the league. I want to be in your group.
Our enemies are gearing up for the third round. Every time we drive them back, they return stronger.
Why has that guy got skin stitched onto his skin? And what's her problem? Does she like bite him at boat face or something? Does she bite people? Has she got some kind of weird bitey thing? I'm just gonna keep saying bite until so no. I was just checking if there was a new one. So we have one more episode left of season 2. Oh my goodness, that is not much. Like legitimately, that is not much. But I'm very excited for it. I'm excited to see what they pull out of the bag and what they bring to the table for this one, because as we all know, this show is insane, and in being that way, it allows us to see a lot of different and unique villains and a lot of different and unique characters, and I really like that. I like the sense of it all. So yes, it's interesting to me for many reasons, but for that one definitely. I think, like, I wonder what it all means. What does it all mean, guys? It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see where this show actually goes at the end, and where you guys already know it is, but I don't know. I just want a better relationship between Deku and Katsuki. That's all I want, just like them being actual friends. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but maybe at least they can come to respect each other and respect what they do. And well, I know obviously Deku respects Kachan a lot more than Kachan respects Deku. But what I mean is, like, I hope there is a path, a way forward for them that isn't just kicking the shit out of each other. I don't know if that will ever happen, but it's what I'd like to think, you know? But we'll see, I guess, we'll see. I think I was massively impressed when it came to them beating All Might together. And the fact that Izuku went back for him is a real sort of... It's a show of who Izuku is, in a way, you know? It's a show of what he stands for and why he does what he does and why he feels what he feels, because he wants to be a hero, and you can't knock the kid for that. I don't think, anyway, personally. I think you have to stand up and be like, you know what, yeah, you want to be a hero. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you for wanting to be like that, and wanting to be like, I can do this, I can, you know, I mean, they all want to be heroes, but you know what I mean, like, his main goal is to be a hero for the sake of being a hero. You know, he wants to be as powerful as All Might, but then what? And I'll be interested to see if we get to see Izuku go through some kind of existential crisis when he realizes he's achieved all his dreams. And then he's like, oh, but what do I do now? You know? Yeah. Which I feel like with me, sometimes, like, if I ever got to the top of, like, the YouTube game or something, I'd then be like, oh, this is it. You know, like, but I think that's like, with regards to most things, it's one of those things where the journey is the bit you should be enjoying, you know. So yeah, that was a good episode, and I am very intrigued to see where we go from here. Don't forget, you can now watch the full reaction on Patreon. You can yeet. I don't know what that means. But you can yeet. I don't know. I've got to stop saying yeet now. But we'll definitely see. We'll definitely see. Surely we have got to see. I'm getting really excited. The League of Villains show up in the next episode and proper like rock some boats. You know what I mean? Like they've got to do something. Surely, or are we going to focus on the summer camp and then like have a good fun time, and then season 3 will be all about that? I don't know. Either way, I'm very excited to find out. Thank you for watching. I love you lots and lots. I have been Torchwood Boy. You've been awesome, and this has been My Hero Academia. Bye bye.